Well, good morning, sales team optimization aficionados. Welcome back again to www.salesystem.com.au. My name's Glenn Guilfoyle and I head up the specialist group called The Next Level. And we exist in the passionate belief that those business-to-business sales organisations, especially those in mature industries, that religiously and with discipline run their sales team optimization as an integral part of their annual whole of company budgeting will be the ones that rise above the negative forces that a lot of us in these industries have experienced, particularly and increasingly since the GFC, to become the beacons, to rise above the horrible race to the bottom and become the beacons and show us all what it really means to be B4B rather than just B2B, where our clients and the stakeholders within our clients' organisations value us as much as the company that employs us. And it is in support of this belief and this cause that we've enlisted in that we put out these monthly thought tidbits and leadership pieces to help you think about taking your sales team optimization, your whole sales team productivity to the next level. This is in fact the last of our series for this year, and I actually want to go back and make a bridge from where we left off last month and complete the story that we'd started in that last edition, which in fact lifted some footage that we took from a recent breakfast seminar we held in Melbourne. It was well attended, enthusiastically participated audience, and we looked at the wonderful contribution that CEB and the Challenger sale had made to industries like those I've described, mature business-to-business industries. And we also looked at how another completely separate doctrine from way back around the early 2000s, in fact I think 2000, David Meister's trusted advisor, and we looked at how the teachings and the disciplines and methodologies arising from both those seminal pieces have great relevance in today's landscape for us in these sorts of mature industries. But I did put it to the audience, and I'm going to expound on it in this edition of our monthly bulletin, that there is a missing piece, particularly in CEB's The Challenger. There is a missing piece that they didn't quite tell us, or they didn't quite get us to be able to consider properly, and I'd like to put that on the table. So just to back the truck up a little bit and create that necessary segue, of course, the key Challenger selling key features are to teach, tailor, and take control. So teaching, deliver insights that help the customer reframe and see their world differently. In other words, teach them about something about their business, not ours, that they didn't know, something that will help them compete better. Tailor, then to tailor and contextualize the sales messages accordingly, and to take control, to leverage constructive tension the whole way along the sales process and not be afraid to challenge and confront the customer in terms of conventional wisdoms that they've held near and dear, or even things that they missed in their own research. But of course, in the Challenger, CEB remind us that the teaching should be what they call commercial teaching. So offering unique, valuable perspectives on the market, helping them navigate the alternatives, providing ongoing advice and consultation, helping avoid the potential landmines that they might face, and educating on new issues and outcomes. So the missing piece, there's a particular, if you go online and have a look at the series of 4 major presentation deliveries that CEB have online these days, that outline from go to woe pretty much the whole of the Challenger piece. There is a particular case study that they leverage, and it focuses on the dental company called Dentsply. There's particularly a 7-minute piece whereby they extol the virtues of the case study, whereby Dentsply have made a significant investment in coming up with the latest and greatest new piece of dental drilling equipment, and how the classical technical sell features, advantages, benefits in support of that failed, and how Dentsply reinvented their whole marketing communications around the Challenger and figured out the missing piece, or the thing that the dentists and the dental nurses had forgotten in their research, and turned the story around so that the drill in fact became the hero to solve the problem that the dentists and the dental nurses just took for granted. They didn't even know it was a problem that could be solved. Problem is, as I see it, the reality for many of us in the Australian business-to-business landscape is that we don't always have a shiny new drill, or the equivalent thereof, that is a clear product or service advantage that clearly puts us ahead of the competition. In fact, the reality for many of us in these mature market B2B sales organisations is that innovation capability is actually quite low. Cheaper overseas competition is on the rise, the threat of disruption is ever present, and perceived commoditisation reigns supreme across a large swathe of our customer base. The great irony in the way that we react is that the perceived discretionary costs of mobilising and putting the expensive sales team into the field come into focus in many of the times that we've faced since the GFC. The cost of mobilisation comes under scrutiny. Headcount becomes, in some cases, a lifeline for many organisations that are struggling. And in fact, sometimes the sales team is considered in the way we react is that those sorts of initiatives and things we do to react and respond, in fact, are wrong. The thing that we miss is, in fact, the sales team, if carefully and properly re-engineered, refocused, re-equipped, actually can become the surrogate silver drill that we don't actually have in terms of our product and service offering. Again, go back to David Meister's classic, The Trusted Advisor. It was written in 2000 and it was written for the consulting fraternity. But in fact, it has great relevance for sales teams today who need to become the trusted consultant, not just the seller of widgets and wares. So put your sales organisation to the brutal, what we call come to Jesus conversation. Be brutally honest. Do you have something in your product or service suite that represents Dentsply's shiny drill that is clearly a step ahead of anything else available in the marketplace? In many cases, if you're brutally honest, the answer is no. So re-engineer the sales team if you cannot innovate the product service for differentiation. Make the sales team the trusted advisor to the customer organisations. Now that's easy for me to say, and the how of that is not something that I can cover in a short video clip like this. That being said, the key tenets are to develop programs and skills and capabilities in the sales team to enmesh your sales execs within the customer organisation. Be the first to do it, because you can bet your bottom dollar that when you're successful, or even a sniff of success, your competition's going to try and copycat you. Ensure that the new role design that you've come up with so that your sales team can undertake this new trusted advisor type function gives you the unfair advantage in terms of ongoing programs of regular, frequent visitation that gives you the advantage of higher exposure and contact with your key tier 1 customers ahead of your organisation. So in terms of getting that thought process going in your organisation, play a little game. Get your sales team to run an exercise. Tell them to think and write down, even brainstorm amongst themselves. If they were to expect and ask of their key tier 1 customers to be able to regularly, let's say on a monthly basis, come and undertake a visit, how would they do that if you hypothetically took away from them the rate card and even the suite of products and services that you've trained and employed them to sell? Really thinking about that does the head in. How are they going to expect the customer's going to agree for them to come and visit when they don't even have your standard products and services to sell? Okay? Oh, am I suggesting that we now are telling the sales team to stop selling? Well, no, I'm not. But what I am talking about is setting up for an entirely different customer conversation, which starts the process off, explains to the customer what the new world order is going to be, and then on an ongoing continuous basis becomes a program of entirely different conversations, because the sales exec is now performing a different function. And to fill the missing piece in the Challenger with our version of the Trusted Advisor, so bringing together the good stuff from the Challenger and the good oil from the Trusted Advisor, we've come up with the model around the trusted partner, where there's 3 potential roles that in the new world order the sales exec can fulfill. The trusted advisor itself, the trusted collaborator, and the trusted doer. So the trusted advisor is teaching the customer, is very much in line with CEB, the Challenger, teaching the customer on an ongoing basis, staying one step ahead, letting them know what's happening in their industry, their environment, their market that they have missed. The trusted collaborator is teaching the customer things that the customer never thought that we could do together for the benefit of both of our respective organisations. And the trusted doer is the notion that we're challenging and teaching the customer now that there are things that they never thought that we could take off their hands for them, that we could actually do for them as part of the overall partnership that we have. So be the trusted partner first, then undertake your classic normal account management, sales and service. As you're thinking about the different value adds that you might be able to undertake as part of a program under these 3 sorts of role types, you will go through the experience where you'll come up with ideas that are good and creative, but in fact are nothing more than classic sales and service account management. They're not truly trusted advisor, trusted collaborator, or trusted doer initiatives and visit activity streams. And a simple way to think your way through to get that clarity, because it is important to get that clear and allocate the things that you're coming up with as valid business reasons to assign them sales and service or the trusted partner aspects. If the visit activity stream that you are considering requires your company's products and services and does represent something that the customer already has identified as a need, then that's going to be classic sales and service. If the visit activity reason, VBR, valid business reason, visit activity stream or program, does not require your company's products and services, but the customer has recognised that they have a particular need, then that probably is going to be something that is going to challenge and teach the customer something that they haven't known and belongs in the trusted partner function. Conversely, if the thing that you're considering, the valid set of business reasons, does not require the company's products and services, and the customer doesn't even know that they have this need that you're about to teach them, then that is very much going to belong in the new world order as a valid business reason to fit into the trusted partner role. So the quid pro quo for the customer in wanting to become involved in this type of a partnership with you is that you would be looking to have these extra value adds that are going to be executed by ongoing visit streams and programs that can be calendarized. You want those things written into your preferred supplier agreements, and in such a way that they're offsetting or deflecting from price and rate review focus. You want to elevate the sales exec to the program director and consequently give yourself the unfair advantage with higher frequency of visit, higher exposure to your key and tier 1 customers. But again, back to one of the teachings from CEB, don't rely on individual sales execs in your teams to develop and come up with these things. Systemize your challenge. You need to build an entire organizational capability to support the sales team to execute this new role. Don't leave it to the individual reps. More sales and product application, remember, sales training, more product sales application training is in fact the last thing that many customers need. It is the opportunity to create and draw them into the appreciation and understanding of the new trusted advisor role. I hope that's given you some food for thought as we wrap up this year in terms of how you think about elevating your sales team productivity, return on investment and optimization for next year. I look forward to picking up again with you early on the other side of 2016. Remember, we're always only a phone call away. There is a written piece to accompany this video piece on our website, and we look forward to again assisting you help move your sales team productivity to the next level next year. Bye for now.